Oh my god, this last week has been a stress and a half. It's been so stressful, honestly. So I'm gonna pretty much give you a full run through of what's happened the last week from like Vancouver up till now. So I'm currently one day out from the Portugal Pro. Last time I updated you, I was one day out from Vancouver Pro, sitting in Chicago airport, just having the time of my life. So I'm gonna kind of give you the deets. Obviously you saw in the last video, I kind of said like, oh, my flight was cancelled, delayed, well, it was delayed, then cancelled. And then the third flight I got was a 14-hour trip to Vancouver from Denver, which from Denver, it should only take like 3.5 hours direct to Vancouver, and it took me 14 hours. So what happened was when I got to Denver airport, I had a 6-hour trip and there was a stopover in between in Los Angeles. And that stopover got delayed, so my flight to Los Angeles got delayed, meaning I would miss my connecting flight. They changed my flight to a direct flight from Denver to Vancouver, and I was like, sweet, that's perfect, don't have to change. That got cancelled, and there wasn't any more flights going to Vancouver that Friday evening, or that Friday afternoon it was supposed to be, and it was Friday evening. I was 2 days out, pretty much almost one day out. I was stressing, I would not lie, because when they told me it was cancelled, they said that the next available flight was Saturday evening, which means I would have to fly to Vancouver at one day out in the evening, and I was on, what time did I go on in Vancouver? Like 1? So the show started at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'd be flying to Vancouver it's just been so stressful. And then obviously with all of that going on, all of my luggage got lost. So my sword that I'd won, that I checked in, got lost. My bag, my actual bag, that had all my tan in it, all my makeup in it. Thank God it did not have my heels or my bikini in it, because that I would have been screwed, because I didn't actually end up getting my luggage for the whole of the Vancouver trip. They were supposed to deliver it to me on Saturday, and they didn't. So it's just been so stressful the last week. Ever since I got to Denver, or ever since I was leaving Denver, it's been a stress, which has been Friday. So I've pretty much been in a, like, my anxiety or like stress levels have been up here like the whole time. And then when I got to Portugal, well, let me tell you about Portugal. I got to the airport, London Luton Airport, which if you're from the UK, never go to Luton, because it's absolutely the worst airport in the world. So they'd oversold the flight, and because I couldn't check in the night before, and it said you can check in when you get to the airport. Didn't think anything of it, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Went to the front desk, 2.5 hours before my flight. We've overbooked your flight, so you might not have a seat. And I was like, are you joking me? I was just like, you cannot do this to me. Please do not do this to me. But luckily, they had a seat available for me, and I did make it to Portugal on time for that flight that I did book. But if I didn't, it just would have been another stress added. And then obviously when I got to Portugal, I was staying at one of my friend's house. I had to move apartments because there was some stuff going on, and it's just been a lot of stress. But I've now settled into the new apartment that I'm in, and I'm fine, and I'm all good. And I actually dropped 1 kilo. I've been holding on to a lot of stress and like negative energy, and I genuinely feel that's why my weight hasn't been dropping, or it hasn't been moving, or I haven't felt great. My digestion's been off. This was the same in Vancouver. When I landed, my stress levels were all so high, like everything was just so tense all the time. I couldn't relax, and I feel that's why I didn't bring my best in Vancouver. I was holding on, like I just wasn't as tight. I was watery because I literally flew into Vancouver like within 24 hours of competing. Everything happens for a reason, right? Like the universe might have been telling me, do you know what, Vancouver just wasn't my show, or it was just bad luck. But we can't dwell on these things, and I'm here in Portugal now and I feel really good. We're back down to my normal weight because when I went on for Vancouver Pro, I was actually 1 kilo above my stage weight. I genuinely think that was purely all down to stress. So, which sucks because when I was in Denver, I felt so good. Like I felt really lean but full, like everything went so well. But the fact that my flight just got out of control, that just stressed me out way too much. And for me, that's annoying, but it is what it is. We're here now. We're getting ready for the Portugal Pro, which I will be competing in the next 24 hours. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, I didn't get any clips of Vancouver. I got a few clips, obviously, of my eye walk and stuff like that, but I didn't vlog anything because I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to vlog because I was so negative that whole trip because everything, like so many things went wrong. So I didn't want to vlog and bring my bad energy to a vlog. So that's why I didn't. Obviously, I'm just explaining to you guys now what happened, but I won't want to, I tried to vlog. I tried to vlog and like vlog my situation and try and help you guys out and be positive, but I just physically couldn't. So like all that footage I'd rather just not show because I was just negative. Like I look back and I'm like, I'm moody as hell. But now I'm in a better place mentally, physically. I feel good going into this show. We'll see what happens. It's a good lineup this week. I've just come back from the amateur show. There's quite a few UK athletes competing today, and there's actually, I think one of them's just turned pro, which is amazing. Like, it's nice to fly the flag when other people are here as well. Like, it's nice to fly the UK flag and like have support, because sometimes that's difficult going to shows knowing that no one's in the audience like there for you. So it'll be quite cool when I go on stage knowing that there's people from the UK like there to support. So it's been a stress, but it's again taught me how strong I am in just shit situations, if I'm honest. It's past now. There's always a solution for every situation. Like, everything's sorted now. I'm not even joking. When I landed and moved everything and I started like relaxing and just thinking positive vibes, and obviously they said that they'd lost my sword and they couldn't find it, and I got a phone call today to say that they found my sword, hooray, and they're currently sending it to my UK address, which is great. Like, it's in the UK and it's currently being shipped. So like, when you start to think positive things happen. Obviously, when there's negative situations going on around you and your environment is negative, it's so difficult to be positive, which I totally get. But you just have to make sure that you are positive all the time. Like, that's what everyone's been telling me this entire trip for Portugal. Just try and be as positive as you can and forget all the shit that's just happened. Obviously, it's not the worst thing in the world that's just happened to me. Like, it's not like a life or death situation. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a few things that went wrong that no one can control. I'm all happy now. I'm all good now. I just wanted to kind of give you this update because this is what's been going on. And it's been stressful, but we're getting through it. So I'm gonna leave the video here. Thank you so much for watching my little short update, just to kind of give you, like, run you through what's actually happened, because I was like, how am I gonna tell you guys what actually went on? Yeah, that pretty much went on. So I'm currently 1 day out from the Portugal Pro. I feel really good. Me and Adam are really happy with what we're bringing, and fingers crossed we can get another top 5 placing. Obviously, well, so what happened in Vancouver Pro, I placed top 6. So I placed 6th place. So I got first call outs, and if I'm honest, it wasn't my best package, and I know that. When I went out on stage, I didn't feel as confident because, for me, I just went into that show negative. And it shows on stage. And if you're an OG follower or you've seen any of my vlogs before, I've always said, if I go into a show negative, I don't perform well. I don't think anyone can. So yeah, it is a little bit shit, because it would have been great to get 5th place, because there was actually only 1 point between me and 5th place, which is really, really frustrating. So it was really, really close. And it would have been great to get those points, because now I've gone from 20th place on the Olympia points list to 22nd. That's how brutal the point system is. It's like right now it is whoever places, you're gonna go above someone else type thing. So it is difficult, and it is mentally for me very stressful, because I want to go to the Olympia, and 25 of the best top bikini athletes are going to the Olympia. That's the only amount of people that can go, and I want to be one of them, and I will be one of them. But it's hard to sometimes focus on that when other things are going on around you. So now obviously I'm in a bit less stressful environment. I feel better, and fingers crossed tomorrow we can get a top 5 placing for more points. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the video here. Thank you for watching my update. Sorry it's been a little bit negative, but also I want to end it on a positive by saying I'm not in a negative situation anymore. I feel great, and positive vibes only. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon.